MediaWatch. Hi, Emma. And you're going to be starting us off now with a closer look at that apology of sorts from the actress Catherine Deneuve.
Yes, absolutely. Less than a week after the extremely controversial letter that was penned and published in Le Monde last Tuesday, signed by 100 prominent French women, Catherine Deneuve has once again penned an open letter. This time around, it's in Libération, and she's taking a very different tone. I think it has to be said that if the tone of this article had been the tone of the original letter, there might not have been quite so much fuss. It's quite defiant on the front page. She says, I'm a free woman and will remain so. However, I think she recognises that perhaps some things could have been said a little better in that letter. Going into the body of the article, what she talks about is the fact that much of the original text she does defend, because none of it said that harassment was okay or was good. She wouldn't have signed it if that was the case. But she talks about the fact that at this moment in time, everybody in the world feels that they have the right to judge and condemn people, especially on social media. And she talks about the fact that these claims that emerge on social media can lead to resignations and what she refers to as media lynching. She says she's not qualified to judge. Few of us are. She also talks about the fact that she doesn't like the French hashtag that was used as opposed to Me Too. They went with balance ton porc, squeal on your pig, if you like. And she said we must live together without calling one another pigs and sluts. She wants that kind of equality where nobody is denounced in that way. But I think fundamentally the real reason why she's chosen to go on the record again is because she is very much at odds with some of the things that her other co-signatories have said in defence of that letter. In particular, Brigitte Lahaye, who is a former porn star and who has gone on television and on record as saying that women can enjoy rape. It's something that caused an awful lot of upset, as you might imagine, and a lot of attention around the world. And Catherine Deneuve is very keen to distance herself from those remarks. What she said here is that to say that is worse than a whip in the face of a victim of such a crime.
And Emma, staying, I suppose, broadly with the same story, with this Me Too theme, the allegations against the US comedian Aziz Ansari.
Yes, this is one that seems to have caught a lot of people by surprise. He has campaigned quite a lot and talked about how important it is for people to have better communication and sexual relations. In fact, he took to the red carpet at the Golden Globes, where he just won an award a week or so ago, wearing the Time's Up badge, which signified that he is part of the Me Too movement. However, one of his previous dates, a woman who went on a date with him last year, she's been given the name Grace, not her real name, has gone on the record, given a graphic account of when she went out with him last year, and she says it turned into the worst night of her life. She's given the account to the website Babe. It makes for very unpleasant, uncomfortable reading, and it is, as I say, quite graphic, so don't read it if you are of a sensitive nature. But she claims that she said to him, I don't want to feel forced because then I will hate you, and I'd rather not hate you. But she says he didn't give up. They'd been on their date, they'd gone back to his apartment, and according to her, he was then very forceful in trying to coerce her into having sex with him. She says that she sent a text message afterwards to explain how violated she felt. He then wrote back saying, clearly I misread things in the moment and I'm truly sorry. And I think some people feel that having had that response, perhaps it's a little unfair of her to come forward now, and basically it could very strongly affect his career. Now, he himself has come out with a statement saying he believed everything that happened that night was completely consensual. And it really does. It's added so much fuel to the debate about what constitutes a bad date and what constitutes sexual assault. Personally, for me, as I read the account, I veered from feeling that it was definitely a sexual assault to feeling that she should have just put her clothes on and got out of there. Lots of different reactions online. The ridiculous sexual assault allegations against Aziz Ansari prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Me Too is an anti-male witch hunt, according to this Twitter user. This woman, though, talks about the fact that a lot of men will read that post about Aziz Ansari and see an everyday reasonable sexual interaction. And what she says is that that really proves that we need to deal with this now, because what culture considers normal isn't working for us as women. This Twitter user as well, a feminist writer, says, yes, boundaries can be hard to suss out, but that's why feminists stress affirmative vocal consent. If you're not sure whether someone is into it, you can ask them. Now, interestingly, something that's caused a real uproar is this article in The Atlantic, Humiliation of Aziz Ansari. It is very, very unusual reading, I think it's fair to say. Caitlin Flanagan says that article on the Babe website amounts to 3,000-word revenge porn. She says that, was she frozen, terrified or stuck? No, she was trying to get something out of him, to be his girlfriend, maybe the girlfriend of a famous person. What she felt afterwards, she says, was regret. So it's a confusing time for many people out there. A lot of debate about this online.
Lots of fascinating debate indeed. Emma James, thank you very much. That's all for us from now. Do stay tuned. I'll have the headlines after the break.